Hello guys, so finally the wait is over of OneUI 7.0. So Samsung have rolled out the first beta build of OneUI 7.0 and which we have installed on our Samsung S24. First let me show you the software information. So if you see here, device is Samsung S24. Under software information it says OneUI 7.0. Android version is Android 15 and we also have the Easter egg of Android 15 here. This build comes with 1st December 2024 security patch. And guys, officially it's not being rolled out in India. So we had to sideload the zip file of Germany. And if you guys want a dedicated video on installing OneUI 7.0 here in India, do let me know in the comment section below. We'll do a dedicated video. So soon I installed this update. You can see I got the pop-up of welcome to OneUI 7.0. Galaxy AI is here. After that we had introduction to Galaxy AI and a last page which says explore now or go to the home. And guys, now before talking about all the changes of OneUI 7.0, we have 85% of users who haven't subscribed to our channel. So if you guys find our videos helpful to you, do consider subscribing and also press the bell icon to get notified whenever we upload a new video. From now on we'll start to cover all the builds of OneUI 7.0 and like OnePlus smartphones we'll also do an in-depth review. The first major improvement what you'll notice after installing OneUI 7.0 and that's related to animation. So here I would say animations are not that fast, but they are fluid and eye-pleasing. On other smartphones like OnePlus, we have seen animations are quite fast, but that's not the story here with OneUI 7.0. They are super smooth and eye-pleasing. And whenever you open any application and later on close, you can see that nice zoom in and zoom out effect of the wallpaper present on the home screen. Now first let's talk about the lock screen changes. So going to the lock screen, and if I double tap here, there's this new implementation called Now bar, which gives you live activity. For example, if you're playing any song, you have the preview here, and whenever you tap on this Now bar, you can see a nice pop-up which shows you other details like the thumbnail of that particular song and other details too. Though currently it's slightly laggy because it's a first beta build of OneUI 7.0, these things can be improved with the further updates. And it's not like it only works with the media player, you also have the charging support also. Let me show you that. So whenever you connect the charging cable, now you don't get to see that entire screen with a circular shape of charging animation. Instead of that, the charging status can be seen in the Now bar. And here you can see. I don't know, due to some reason, I'm unable to close the media player from the Now bar. Might be a bug, but I'm not sure about it. I've also closed the application from the background and nothing appears even in the quick setting tiles. You can also find this Now bar settings under lock screen and AOD page. Here you can see we have option of Now bar, tapping on it. For the live notifications, these are the things which are supported: clock, voice recorder, emergency sharing, Samsung Health, interpreter, maps, etc. And you also have other options like music, or if you have set any modes or routine, that can also be seen on the Now bar. Other than that, also we have a lot of customization options now on lock screen. So if you long press on the lock screen, now you can see we have a lot of clock styles present here on OneUI 7.0. And you also have the ability to resize them. You can add additional information like show date and clock. Along with that, you also have calendar widgets which can be added on the lock screen, and I personally do like these two clock styles which I noticed on OneUI 7.0. For the fonts also we have ample amount of options. Along with that, you can also make changes in the color palettes. You can also set multiple widgets here on the lock screen. Talking about the home screen, so here we do have some changes done in the widget section. Now you can see most of the widgets are side by side arranged, unlike before which were beneath each other. And this change was recently seen with the stock Android 15. And the same implementation even Samsung have done with OneUI 7.0. After that, if you go to the launcher settings, here we have a new option called app and widget style. From here you can also label the apps and widgets too. So for example, if I label any widget, here you can see under this widget now we get to see the widget name. And the same thing can be done with the app labels too. You can also make changes in the size of applications or widgets present on the home screen. I'm not sure about the widget resizing on the previous build, I mean OneUI 6.0, but here you can resize the widgets, though the animations, or you can say that transition, is not that smooth, and it's expected as it's a beta build. Also another change what Samsung have done, now they have given an option to enlarge the folder. So if you long press on any of the folder, you get an option to enlarge it. And this is how it looks. It has that transparent background with a slight white shade. And the transition of opening the folder is very smooth. And whenever you move any application or widget from the home screen, you'll see these dots which shows you the place where you can place the app icon. And the same thing goes if you move the widgets too. And also if you move any application or widget, you can see that nice blur effect in the background. And on the lock screen, now you get to see the notification toward the left top corner. Tapping on it will open up the notification panel. And now talking about another major change what Samsung have done, and that's related to the control center. Now again they revamped the control center like what they did with OneUI 6.0. 7.0. So this is the new control center. What you guys get to see, you have the two huge tiles of Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, and later on we have quick setting tiles which can be expanded. Once you expand, you can have access to more quick setting tiles, and beneath that we have the media control and the brightness slider. One thing which I feel that Samsung would have done, and that's they should have ability to enable or disable the auto brightness, which is not being added. Even if I tap here towards the left hand side, the auto brightness toggle doesn't enable or disable. Towards the right hand side, they have given an option to enable dark mode or the light mode. I hope this implementation they do it with the upcoming updates, because the auto brightness toggle is quite useful. And you can also customize the control center, which also lets you move around the toggles like Wi-Fi and Bluetooth. If I want, I can keep it towards the bottom side, leaving the quick setting tiles on the top side. And to customize the quick setting tiles, we do have an edit option. Tapping on it, from here you can rearrange or add more quick setting tiles. These things can be moved like smart things and play music. And if you're into editing the quick setting tiles, here we have an option of panel setting. Tapping on it, you have option to separate the notification and quick setting tiles. So tapping here, now we have two options. One is separate and the second one is together. And if you have set it to together, this is how it looks. So with a single swipe, you have the access to notifications. With the second swipe, you have the access to control center. But again, I do prefer having a separate one because that's more convenient and easy to use for me now. So if you are using the separate one, swiping from the right top corner opens up the control center. Swiping from the left top corner opens up the notification panel. And they have also added this gesture, like if you are in the notification panel, you can swipe right to have access to control center. And similar way, if you swipe right, you can have access to the notification panel. And one more thing which I observed, in the entire UI now we have more of those rounded corners. You consider the control center, notification center, media control, and even the applications too. Also after OneUI 7.0, most of the Samsung stock applications got updated. You can see the icons for calculator, gallery, contacts, clock, calendar, settings, etc. have been changed now. Also some minor changes have been done with the Smart Select. So here if you open the sidebar, tapping on Smart Select, you can see a nice animation, or you can say that glowing animation on all the corners. And now we have the similar stuff, like you can search for anything present on the screen, then you have the option to also create sketch to images. But features like sketch to image were already there with Samsung's AI. We'll talk in depth about Samsung AI in the upcoming videos. So one of the biggest change which I always wanted on Samsung smartphones, I mean OneUI, and that was related to the app drawer. Previously we had this app drawer wherein we used to slide right or left to have access to all the applications. But finally Samsung have got this new app drawer which is similar to other OEMs, where you just have to slide towards the top side to access all the applications. So if you want that layout in the app drawer, just tap on these three dots, select sort and select alphabetic order. Now you can see we have the app drawer similar to other OEMs. And here we also have a slider which lets you search application based on the alphabets. Also the search option have been moved towards the bottom side, which used to appear towards the top side previously. And now you can see Samsung have revamped the recents page and it looks more modern compared to the previous one. Other than visual changes, rest other things remain same, like close all tab is still present, followed by few applications toward the bottom side. And now we also have the support of live capsule, something similar to dynamic island with the apps like clock. So if I start a timer and if I close the window, you can see a countdown appears in the status bar, which looks similar to dynamic island. If I tap on this live activity, it opens up in the card, and if I tap on the card, it opens up the application. Also if you see, we have a completely redesigned battery indicator and it again looks modern. Now talking about some of the changes what they have done in the camera application. So yes, camera application got ample amount of changes. So here if you see initially on the top side we don't have much of options. All the options have been moved towards the bottom side. Here we have these four dots. Tapping on it, you have control to other settings. And one thing which I liked, and that's the implementation of exposure. So if you guys remember, whenever we used to click the photo, we had to manually adjust the exposure. Once the photo is clicked, then again you have to adjust the exposure for different photo if you are clicking it. But now if you have similar lighting condition, you can just make changes directly from here in the exposure, and it will apply to all the photos you are clicking at that particular time. Once you close the application from the background, the exposure value comes to default. And after that, slight changes they have also done in the Pro Video mode. We'll try to do a dedicated video on the camera settings. So these are some of the UI changes what they have done in the camera application. Now talking about the phone application, so here also they have done some changes. So here tapping on these three dots, going to settings, now we have a new option called call transcripts. You can see the description. It says automatically convert recorded calls into text transcript. You can view the transcript on the recent screen in the phone application. If I enable it, let me show you the languages. Here you can see a lot of languages are being supported here. In the gallery application, there's nothing much changed other than the video editing settings. So here we have a video, and if you tap on edit, now you get more editing tools beneath the video itself to have better control over video editing. And at last, some of the changes are also to be seen in the battery section. First one is related to power saving. So here we do have now additional options, things like set motion smoothness to standard, set screen timeout to 30 seconds, etc. And after that, you also have few changes done in the battery protection. If you're using the maximum, now you have the ability to stop charging at a certain level. We have percentage like 80, 85, 90 and 95. So guys, these are some of the changes what we have discovered till now, and I'll be using this device as my primary phone running OneUI 7.0. I'll keep you guys posted with more features in our upcoming videos, and we'll also do a dedicated video for Galaxy AI. Meanwhile, if you guys have any kind of questions, drop them in the comment section below. This is your friend Ashok signing out. See you guys in the next video.